I didn't want to smile.
Do it anyway.
I did.
Because I said to.
It was a half. Oh, that I ain't going to do it.
Oh, it's like, then you start the video.
Well, those guess what? It's today Thursday.
Yes, it is. We just got done with Rotary, and it was two more weeks, and I'll be president.
You'll be president,
and 3 more weeks, and I'll have my first meeting.
Yeah. We got a kick out.
Yeah, coming up. Ooh, outside in the heat on a Saturday.
Seems like that's just an excuse to get together and drink.
Well, they should get some damn air conditioning things and fans. Supposedly somebody has 3 of them we need to get those.
I've got one.
One of those big machines they put outside.
I've got one that's kind of big. You blow water through it. It kind of cools down a little area.
Yeah, well, I don't know what the temperature is going to be, so we'll figure it out.
Yeah. It'll probably be 108.
Yeah, probably. Bond market ticket in the shorts this morning.
Why?
Because it's inflation and everything else.
Well, and Powell spoke yesterday, right?
Yeah. Economic activity has expanded at modest pace. We might have to do 2 more times. All that stuff we talked about yesterday.
Yeah.
UK inflation. I didn't do banners today because we were so busy. Central Bank of UK, their core inflation rate right now is 7.1%.
That seems like a lot.
It is.
Yeah.
That is a lot. And I saw somewhere else, I was trying to figure out, it was like 11% for inflation.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. So the other
geez now.
So we think we're bad. There's other places worse than we are.
Yeah. Yeah. It's still okay to live over here if you wished. Right?
Yeah.
If you could afford a home. Right. Oh, right now, best time to buy.
That's right. What is today? 22nd, huh?
Yeah. Yesterday was the first day of summer solstice.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Summer solstice.
Happened to fall on the 21st this time. Normally falls on the 21st, but sometimes it could be the 22nd or the 23rd. Did you know that? So weird.
No idea.
Yeah, but yesterday was the longest day.
And so it's shorter days today.
Shorter days from here on out.
Really?
Yep.
I just got used to long days.
But by minutes, we're talking.
Yeah.
So
the other reason I didn't do banners is because where I get all my stuff from, they have not updated the report this morning.
Oh.
Yeah, shocking. It's like, what?
Yeah, they were busy too, probably.
Yeah, they had Rotary also.
Getting ready for a kickout.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
I was thinking...
a couple things I want to talk about.
Okay,
somebody brought up, they were at one of your meetings, and then somebody was talking about VA, where you can use it. If you own a VA house right now, have a loan on a house right now, and you're a veteran, you can, if you get transferred, move somewhere else, you can keep that house, rent it out, and then go buy another home under the VA system. You just have to figure out what your max is going to be. Easy rule is if you are at $300,000 on your current house, conforming loan limit $726,000, you're going to be able to do the difference between that. Right. So that's 400 and some thousand.
27.
So if you're going to buy a house at 700,000, you put down a quarter whatever over that.
Right.
Okay. So if it's, if you're buying a house for $700,000 and your max is 400, then you'd put down a quarter of 300,000,
which is a lot better than 700,000.
Yeah. Right. So it's a quarter of what you're over. So if you're,
which I think is the coolest thing in the world.
So on 300,000, it's $75,000 you
right.
put down. So that's hardly anything at all. And plus you get, the VA rates and everything else, and the qualification, pushing your ratios and all that fun stuff.
And no PMI and
right.
all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But what people used to do though, is they would just refinance the current house they're leaving and then just go buy with their full eligibility.
For the full. Yeah.
My question is, which I don't understand, is I could buy a house at 1.5 or 2 million with my eligibility. Well, why aren't I getting that also? You follow me?
Yeah.
Why am I stuck at the other limit? So I'm looking into it more because I just don't understand. I don't like it.
But that's not at 100%, right? The 1.5 or 1.25.
Well, that's jumbo. That's because you can actually go up jumbo to 2.5 million with no money down, 100%.
Still no money down.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought it was, again, the quarter.
No, that's how it used to be.
Okay. Gotcha.
The change under the Blue Water Act that happened a couple of years ago changed all that.
They found blue water. Where did you find the blue water?
No, because it used to be count by county was your max,
yeah.
right? And so if you were over that and in the jumbo limit, then you had to put down a quarter of whatever the difference was. Yes,
so that's what I understood. Yeah,
right. But no, it changed. And so, so if you have questions out at VA, because I'm sure you have no clue what the heck I just talked about, just reach out to me. You can find me here, find me everywhere.
Yeah. Say, hey. Tell me about them VA things again that changed.
Right. There is something I want to talk about. Can you see that?
No.
Nope. It's 2. All right. So HR 2656.
What is it?
Trigger Leads Abatement Act of 2023 was introduced into the House April 17th of 23. So that is do you know what trigger leads are?
No.
All right. So when I run somebody's credit with a hard pull,
we
they
talked
get
about this.
92 phone calls.
Right.
I'm so-and-so and you're doing a loan with me and I want to do that. No, you're not. It's called trigger leads. And
Gotcha.
we're trying, and it's illegal. They should not be able to sell your information if you have your credit run.
Right.
And so there was an act, HR something, different number that was brought up a year or so ago and it didn't make it. This is the new one. So
this is the reenactment of that.
Right. I talked to the people across the hall and I said, hey, I need to know more about this, where this one was. And he came back to me yesterday and said, hey, here's the new one. And so I'm going to put it in the comments.
HR.
I'm going to put it in the banners real quick,
Okay, cool.
and then that people can look at it. So as you keep talking. So, I mean, that's the problem is
I'm not talking.
He keeps talking. I talk a lot. I type so slow.
I know you do talk a lot.
No, I
Are
type.
you typing?
Yeah, I'm typing with chopsticks.
Okay. So I think we're going to talk about pest inspections and what's been going on lately.
We are
next weekend.
Oh, are we?
Yeah.
You have somebody?
I think I do. I got to call into him. I think I do.
Oh, that doesn't work. Your call doesn't work.
No, I texted him too. But the scuttlebutt around town is pest reports are maybe there's just a lot of older homes selling, and we've had the unfortunate opportunity to have a lot more 2656 Trigger Leads Abatement Act. That
of 2023.
Yeah, it sounds.
I'm making sure I spelled
ominous.
abatement. Yeah. Trigger.
Anyway, a lot of properties have got powder post beetles, drywood termites. You got to tent the property.
Well, that sounds like a Tuolumne property.
No, it wasn't. It was actually a Modesto property.
Really?
Yeah. And we said, no, we're not going to do it. You could do it later if you want to, but we're not going to do it. And the buyer bought it anyway. So it's just an interesting. I haven't had very many through my career come up with powder post beetles or drywood termites. So I wonder if there's just a new infestation or if it's just the area that I was selling.
So powder post means that they use a lot of powder on themselves.
Yes, they do. When they hang out on your posts. And
hey, what are you doing here, big boy?
They burr inside the wood, and the only way you can get rid of them is by
burning the house down.
Basically, that's the best way. Burn the house down. You can play a little talking heads. There's a secondary treatment. You can do a local treat, cut and treat, but they say the best way to do it is to fumigate the entire house. So, which brings me to the two old ladies down south that wound up going back into the property and then couldn't get out, and they fumigated and found them there 72 hours later.
Really? How could they not get out?
Dead. They were old ladies. I don't know. They couldn't figure out where the zipper was to get out of the tent, and they were inside the tent.
All right. That's too bad. So we'll talk about pests and all that stuff on another show. But again, what I want to bring up is, so there's this annoying stuff that happens. It's called trigger leads. And basically what happens is when we do a soft pull, it doesn't happen. That's why we do a lot of soft pulls all the way through. And we tell you to go to donotcalllist.gov and put your name on there. Go to the other one is the optoutprescreen.com. Right. So that you won't get on the trigger leads to be able to be sold. Well, now there's this going through the House right now. It's in the committee. And so you need to reach out to your congressman, your House member, and get out there and talk to them and say, hey, we need to have this passed. You need to get this through committee and everything and get it going.
Yeah.
So reach out to them, your congressman or
Call
women.
everybody.
Yeah. Let them know, go, hey, this is a horrible thing. It needs to go through. It needs to be passed so people can't sell my information that I don't want them to sell. Because prior to the increase in rates, you would have this, but they'd get a few phone calls, right? 10, 15, maybe. No big deal. But now 92, ridiculous amount of phone calls. My wife, when we did ours, she was like, this is fun. I get to, why don't you, because she would go, why don't you go do the proper business and go get your own leads?
Yeah.
Yeah. I go, but not everybody wants to be a nurse who, likes doing this shit. So,
right.
Anyway.
So that would be a good thing. And a lot of times your Congress people, they see a bill like this come through and they think, oh, what's the big deal? They don't understand the practicality of it. how
it's affecting
annoying
people.
it is and how much it sucks until you let them know.
Right.
They always need to hear from the constituents so they understand the bill completely,
Well,
what the cause and effect is.
What they should do is let me run their credit on a hard pull.
Yeah.
They'll really freaking understand. Here, let me show you what happens.
Yeah. They call you up and say, Ed, I'm voting yes.
Yeah, that's right. Because now, it's not fun.
It's not.
So I just put it up there again so that you can reach out and your congressperson, house person, senate, whoever, just tell them, hey, this is please look into this for us, get it going through however you can help.
Yep.
Reach out to your local congressman woman.
Yeah. Talk to them.
And we're talking federal level. This is federal level, not state level, by the way.
And a lot of times, you won't talk to them, but you'll talk to their staff, and their staff will make sure that they get the notes, which is cool.
Right. I don't know if you know this. We had a huge protest the week I was gone in front of our building.
This building here?
Yeah, because there's a congressman across the hallway.
Oh.
And it was because of gun violence. They were protesting against the Republican in the building, but not the Democrat upstairs. I don't get it. They both have to deal with this, right? One's federal, the other one's state. I get it, but it should be for both.
What were they saying?
I don't know. All I know is my staff went over there and said, hey, by the way, there's a bunch of people out front with pitchforks. And so they
pitchforks and torches and hay.
They're coming after you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you might want, and they tried to get in the office, I guess, and all that stuff. It's like,
well,
we didn't need them. We need to move. You need to move out of the building now, sir.
Chicago, strictest gun laws in the United States, worst gun violence in the United States. Tell me gun laws work.
Well, there was a statement someone put out there. He didn't do it very well on TikTok, but he was stating that we're at like 198th of the most violent countries, right, for gun violence.
198th?
Yeah.
Out of how many?
No, I mean, we're like the worst, right?
Yeah.
So if you take out the 6 cities that have the restrictive gun policies, we become like the lowest number out there. We're so far down the list, it's ridiculous.
I saw that on a IG, on the Instagrams, and of course the Instagrams put their little banner on it that said, "This is not factual."
Right, but it just states a fact that I don't want to get into it, but it's like what the sheriff said when he was on a radio show. If I take my gun off and put it on the table here, it's not going to shoot anybody.
Right. It doesn't get up like cartoon and run across the table and shoot you in the face.
Well, my pencil gets up and writes all my stuff for me. It was writing so many checks the other day. I said, you need to stop.
You need to stop. That's a pen.
No, it's like
I'm out of money.
I can erase it this way.
Yeah. Call the bank and said, it's my pen's fault.
Yeah. Well, it was either that or crayons.
Those are toy checks.
Oh, someone was saying we need a big one at Rotary.
A big
blank
check,
one. Yeah, that says Rotary, and then they can write the name on it.
I heard Mark say that. Actually, it should be a dry erase board.
Right, but a big check.
Yep. That's a good idea.
Dry erase check.
Dry erase check.
Everybody doesn't want to care about what we need to do at work.
It could be a DEC. Dry erase check.
Whatever. Your Sergeant Arms. Make it so.
Make it so. I shall make it happen.
Make it happen, number one.
All right. I'll have it for you by your first. When is your first meeting? Is it
it's July 13th is the first
meeting that you're the prezi
of my year.
Okay.
Because we are dark the week before, because that is 4th of July.
And you have to change the step and repeat. You're going to change the background? Because it doesn't have Greg's pin all over it.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a new one, but it's where he got it from. She doesn't work there anymore. We got to go.
Okay, bye.
All right, everybody.
You guys have a wonderful week.
Yep.
Talk to you tomorrow.
Yep.
Bye.
Have a good one. Bye. Thanks for watching. We really appreciate it. If you like what we do here, just subscribe.